So straight off the bat, I'm late and you've probably seen tons of reviews, so I'm gonna skim over all the usual points I've been seeing. The animation is beautiful. Kai's character arc is done very well. He's not able to lean on anyone to make a joke or lighten up the situation. And then the monsters are actual monsters. Like this humanoid one in the beginning is probably the one that concerns me the most. There's just a bunch of them squatting and looking at Kai. Oh, and there's a storyline of the old fire master getting his head bit off, and then that fire master turning into a bug and then doing an infinite cycle of people eating other people and then turning into bugs, which then the fire master's pupil, which is the Mech, ends up killing his own master as a bug and then creates a little funeral shrine for the fire master. The fire mech even goes as far to say like, hey Kai, I don't want you to kill my master, I'll do it myself.
Let me finish this for you.
No, he is still my master. I owe it to him.
Like what? The Fire Knight mech even has one up over Zane because he actually dies this time. And I do want to say, while I didn't spend too much time on these positive points, these far outweigh the negatives I'm about to tell you. One negative, which was a little bit of a nitpick, is in one scene Kai's telling the dragon not to kill the egg, but he's way far from the dragon when the dragon actually goes to the egg, so there's no way the dragon would hear him. So I do have a couple issues with how this show is formatted. They released all 3 episodes together in the same vein, so the first time you're watching it, it does feel a little odd when Kai goes back to his narrating voice, when we just kind of saw a bunch of action scenes and he kind of says the same stuff he did in the last one.
Till I was stranded in the land of monsters. I'm lost in this monster-infested place. We've been wandering this land for ages.
Whereas if these were spread out, right, it makes sense. You kind of need a little bit of a recap that Kai's in the land of monsters. So in that sense, it did feel a little weird. So when you're rewatching it, it feels more normal because you're completely aware of that 3-episode combination thing. But I just think it was a weird idea to release all of them together in this way. Another thing is this show has way too many complex emotions to be 15 minutes long. There's just so many stuff where you process it, but by the time you realize the Fire Knight mech has died, Kai's over here already killing the monster, or going to the next character arc of telling the Guardian Dragon like, hey, you're not too much of a monster, I guess, and these guys are befriending each other, which is why the first time I watched it, I felt like nothing stick. It felt more like a trailer, like I was seeing all this cool stuff, seeing all this powerful stuff, and immediately moving on to the next thing. The second time I watched it, it felt more powerful. I realized how sad the Fire Knight mech story was because I actively had time to think about it before it actually happened. And I think all these moments would have been more impactful had the runtime been longer and there was more time for these moments to simmer. But I guess in a way that really helps the rewatchability of this series, right? So is that really a con? I don't know, comment that down below. When you see serious pieces of media or fiction that deal with a lot of complex emotions, they're not confined to 15 minutes. There's a reason for that, because all these complex emotions, as humans, we need time to process that. There's a reason 11-minute formatted episodes aren't in like Attack on Titan of all shows, right? Adventure Time is a very nice 2D animated show, and even that ended up having like 40 to an hour long minute episodes when they had these more complex emotions to deal with as their audience matured. But overall, right now, it is not much more than just proof of concept and a really beautiful piece that is significantly better when you watch it again. So yeah, Legends Monstrosity is off to a great start. Lego needs to lean a little harder into it, put a lot more budget into it for this to really be more of a lasting project that can last a couple years, really imprint on us. Thank you for watching my review on Ninjago Legends Monstrosity, and as usual, I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.